There's actually two research studies. One is a quantitative study where we surveyed over 3,000 men and women who were managers in different businesses throughout the United States. We take the data, we aggregate it, it's anonymous. The second is a qualitative interview where I interviewed personally over 200 women in positions of leadership. And they were either in corporations, entrepreneurs, professionals such as physicians and lawyers, small business owners. So there's a variety of roles to really understand in 2012, when this was conducted, of where women were in the leadership, right? Because there's a lot of press out there, you know, more women in, you know, the U.S., from the U.S. in the Olympics, you know, more women in Congress than before, you know, more women moving, you know, in college and accelerating into advanced degrees than men. So our sense was that something was happening, and we wanted to look at it again. So the survey, actually, the quantitative is in the back of the book. So you can see the kinds of questions that people checked off. And just remember that in a quantitative survey, you don't get to always meet the people. But in the qualitative, you get to flush out the ideas that come up in the quantitative. So I'm going to go through the findings, just a couple of them. OK, so let's just look at the quantitative and what we did. We measured the commonly surveyed leadership attributes and skills, men and women, again, right, over 3,000. So the first finding that gave us an aha was women rated women higher on all 10 attributes and skills, period. Men, however, did not rank men higher on all 10 attributes and characteristics, which makes you start to wonder, should we really be comparing just men and women? So I said, well, why don't we look at it a different way? We have 3 generations in the study, millennial, which is Y, X, and baby boomers. Why don't we take the data and just slice it that way and see what we come up with? So here's what we found. Generation X and Y, and just to simplify it, the youngest boomer turned 50 either this year or last year. So the under 50 crowd were pretty much gender agnostic.